Well, good morning, humans. So, camps broke down. We ate breakfast. It was not an exciting breakfast. No reason to film it. Just some oatmeal and coffee. We really just wanted to get back on the trail quickly this morning. It is 6:53. Goal was a 7 a.m. start, so we're actually going to hit our start time today. We're looking at two different things as far as goals. There's a really nice camp spot about 15 miles from here. That's goal one. If there's daylight left, then the goal is 20 miles today. 20 miles puts us through all the water crossings. There are in like a 5-mile stretch, there's about 18-19 water crossings. No way to get across them all with dry feet. So I think we're done worrying about the dry feet, and now we just want to hit some miles and hit our goals. We start today off on a pretty good climb. I forget what the name of the mountain is, but it's going to be about a 1,000-foot climb to the top. So we get the heart pumping right away. And then it's just a lot more of like yesterday, a lot of ups and downs. So we'll be tuning in here shortly. This, folks, is trail coffee. It is basically river water, so it is ice cold and Death Wish instant coffee. And not only will it wake me up, it's going to wake up the plumbing, if you know what I mean. And nothing like just a straight uphill to start the day. Here we go. So when my brother grabs his nuts, we just got to the top of climb, I'd say maybe 6 of the whole hike. You know, anything over 500 feet I'm kind of counting. This one was kind of a doozy. I don't know how many elevation feet it was. It might be the longest climb we've done. It wasn't as steep, but it was definitely unrelenting, just up, 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 up. But we made it. My brother, again, killed this mountain, made it look stupid, and he was kind enough to sit up here and take a nap. And I think he had his birthday and probably celebrated the new year waiting on me, but that's okay. We're still making good time. As slow as I'm going, we'll be all right. It's supposed to hit 80 degrees today, which I'm not terribly excited about that prospect. Low 70s is kind of perfect hiking weather, but we'll see how we manage. I have a feeling this guy's going to be just fine, and at some point I'll have him carry me. All right, catch you humans later. Oh yeah, look at that. So for people who don't climb mountains on a regular basis, when you look out in the horizon there and you see we're even with those mountains out there, that means we climbed equally high to get to their level. So as high as those mountains look, that's how far we just climbed. And we do it for this kind of crap right here, these views. It does not get better than that. Looks like we've gone about 8 miles so far today. It's 11:25, so we're moving along pretty decently, and just kind of made a pit stop here. It's right next to water. Maybe we got another mile of following this stream, and then we hit another 2,000 foot climb, which, I mean, it might not be an actual 2,000 feet of climb, but the hill is 2,000 feet to the top, so at least one more good climb in front of us, and then I don't know, some smooth sailing for a little while after that. I'm feeling good. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good.
Of course he's feeling good. He's just tired of waiting on me. But yeah, that's where we're at. No snakes yet. No bears yet. Really not much wildlife at all to speak of, to be honest with you. No people. Haven't run into anybody yet. I don't know. So it feels like we got the trail all to ourselves, literally. All right. I'll keep you up to date. Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh shit.
Your children watch this, young man. Your children. All right, humans, we were checking the map. you know, when you make these plans, you never know how it's going to go, what the weather's going to be like, how your mileage is going to be. And this spot here, which is actually a very nice campsite, was originally where we were going to camp, but we made really good time. So there's another campsite, another 1.5 miles. The kicker is we got to cross this river a bunch of times, so we're going to have wet feet to get there. And we're going to get there, see how we feel. Maybe we'll camp there, and there is another one like 2 miles past that. Maybe we'll go there. So, but we're still on the move. We're doing well, making good time. So onward. All right, folks, looks like this is the start of the infamous 18 or 19 water crossings that you got to do in just a couple miles. I'm not going to count them. Plenty of YouTubers have. But we're not going the whole length of the river today. Most likely we'll find a spot to stop before then, but we'll try to keep our feet dry as long as possible. But I think better men have tried and failed, so we'll see what happens. Let's get her done. You want to go first? You want me to go first? All right. Oh. Not sure. I don't know which way is better. Well, we both made it across dry, so they both work. Okay, we are 1 of 1. Probably the next shot will be of one of us laying in the river, so I'm not gonna get too cocky. Okay, so we are now 1 for 2. Officially have wet feet, so now we don't have to worry about keeping the feet dry no more. And if anybody cares, it's brisk. It'd keep your beer cold, to say the least. I don't know. What do you think?
Pretty nice to me. I got more in me if you want to make the last one though.
I don't know what the last one looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but 1,000 of them have been.
No, I mean, like, I don't know if it'll fit 2 tents. I don't know if it's just a pile of rocks. I have no idea what the next one looks like. I get what you're saying. It's 4 o'clock. We've cut this day down pretty good. Tomorrow, I mean, if you really want to keep going, we'll keep going, but I couldn't tell you what's ahead of us other than more miles.
All right, I'll call it. That'll give us a chance to set up.
Yeah, I like the spot. All right, looks like we have found our home for the evening, and personally I think it's a pretty solid spot. Probably be better for hammock campers, but we'll find 2 good spots to set up tents. It'll be better than last night for sure. So we're gonna get set up now. All right, folks, as promised, I'm going to hang a bear bag. Sometimes the hardest part of finding said bear hang is finding the perfect tree. So I'm just gonna jump at it to a tree that we find that we like. I will tell you that generally you want the bear bag to be at least 50 yards from camp or further. Just make sure you know you can find it the next day. All right, give us a minute to find the tree and then I'll cut back and we'll hang this thing. All right, folks, I'm gonna hand the camera off to my bro. So this forest is all pines, which is not your ideal bear hanging tree situation. And normally I use a different method, but I guess this will be fun because I do know this method, even though I've never had to do it before, where instead of using one really good tree, you kind of use just 2 crappy trees. So let's find my 2 crappy trees. Yeah, that probably looks like 1 good crappy tree and 2 good crappy trees. All right, here we go. So the star of the show is the rock bag here. It's a little Dyneema bag. Keep the line for hanging in there. And it's called a rock bag because you put a couple rocks in there. Now at some point, I guess I'll do the other method, but this is going to be fun for me because I actually haven't done this one before. I've never needed to. I've always had good trees around me. So one end of this rope has a loop and we carabine it onto here. And we want this thing to at least be, and with this method, we want it, the tree branch to be about 10 feet off the ground. And so that branch there is not a good one. I don't want that one. I want the one above it. So there we are. Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, that'll work. So with this method, I'm going to tie off this end right to the tree. With just kind of a basic knot. It'll hold. Now the other part is Usually this much string is a pain, but last night where we hung it, we needed just about all of it. I'll try to edit this so it doesn't feel like it's so dragged out and suck. All right, that should hold. All right, now we need another branch that's roughly 10 feet up in the air. We'll make it this one here. Hopefully. There we are. And then for this side, we'll pull this up. It looks like, so this has a random loop in it, which would almost work. But, okay. Get me this back down here. Okay. So somewhere here in the middle, the idea is you want this thing to be about 10 to 12 feet off the ground, and if you're hanging it from a single tree, you want it off the branch about 6 feet or so. I don't have a good tree that goes out, like all these trees have little crappy limbs, they're all half dead. I'm not going to get my 6 feet out, so we're doing it this way. This will definitely be 6 feet away from the trees, and it'll be 10 to 12 feet in the air. And here we're just gonna want it roughly in the middle. This is probably close enough to the middle. We're just gonna tie a real simple knot that's gonna leave a loop for our carabiner, just like so. That's gonna hold. All right, and so my brothers will hang off this too. We can put them together, and then we put this on here like so, and then we got to come down here to this end and hoist this up into the air. Now, and then we tie it off wherever's convenient. Hope that the bear isn't smart enough to figure this crap out. And that's your bear hang for the night. Now, put the camera at me. We need our food. I'm just doing this for show. I'm gonna leave the line up. We'll come back later after we eat and we'll hang both of our bags up on this, but there you go. I don't know if this has a name. I guess this is a crappy tree area hang. That's the new name for it now as far as I'm concerned. And maybe in another video I'll show you the CDT method. All right, hope you learned something. All right, headed back to camp after showing you the bear bag hang. And I'll be honest, I don't know how great these hangs really work. I mean, I've never had a bag stolen, but I'm not usually in heavy bear country. I think the most important part, if you know there's bear activity, is to get the bag away from your camp. So if the bear does want to come sniff around camp, they don't smell food, and they maybe smell your food off in the distance and get away from camp. But let's look at Casa de Fox for the evening. So this is how this tent's supposed to look. And if it looks like it has an atypical tent design, that is because it was designed this way. It was designed to handle the wind and shed snow. So this is really a, you know, a four-season tent, so to speak, because it is designed to be in the snow. The ground here is way softer, so this went up like literally in a minute after I screwed around yesterday fighting with this stupid thing. Plus I was way more tired yesterday. But this ground is phenomenal. It's all this dead pine needle. It's super soft. My brother's just wandering around in bare feet, and I'll get there in a minute. And then his little corner over here, he's all set up. Got his clothesline there hanging in his tent. And then down here, obviously those that came before us set up a real nice fire pit, place to sit, a couple of tables. So I think we're ready to eat. And yeah, I guess if we're feeling it, I'll jump back on and we'll cover dinner. Maybe we won't. I don't know if people still care to see what we eat out on trail. It's actually feels kind of boring most of the time, but it is time to chow. I'm starving. All right, I guess we're 29 miles ish in, which according to the map I got, it leaves us about a 15-mile hike out of here tomorrow, which is cool. We didn't do the 18 today, or the 20. We didn't do 20 miles today because this camp spot was too good to give up. The other one, another 1.5 miles down the way, I have no idea what it looks like, if it can handle two tents or not. There's no lack of camping on this, but not every place is set up to hold 2 tents, and right next to water. So dinner, I guess I'll do it. Why not? My brother had instant mashed potatoes, cold soaked them last night. It's a staple of mine too. So some cold soaked mashed potatoes, gonna do it. They're just regular instant mashed potatoes. You add cold water, but I am adding 2 things of pulled pork. I'm not on a vegan diet, to say the least, and I've got some Hellman's mayonnaise that I'm gonna put in there for some calories, and I got some horsey sauce pack from Arby's. Maybe we'll spice it up a little bit, and some beef jerky. And another thing, while I'm thinking of it, when you hang your bear bag, put everything in the bag that a bear would smell or think is food. So for instance, we both have toothpaste, because even though you're on trail, you should have good hygiene. So we both have toothpaste in our ditty bags. That's got to go in there. I happen to have some antacids that smell pretty sweet, so those go in there. And really just you know, if you carry baby wipes, you might want to throw them in there. I don't know if bears eat baby wipes, but they might want them to wipe their own butt. I don't know. I mean, wouldn't you? So yeah, anything and everything that might smell or be edible goes in the bear bag. Now we're gonna turn this over to my brother, who's actually eating I guess a real camp meal tonight. And what's on the menu?
I got the Peak here, chicken teriyaki and rice. Is one of my favorite dehydrated meals, not from Peak, but just in general, chicken teriyaki rice. I haven't actually hit a bad one, but I've seen a lot of bad reviews on other ones, and I'll get to those someday. But you know, just going through the ones that I think I'll like, and this one definitely makes the list. So I'm cooking tonight, chicken teriyaki rice. And I actually have something else too that I'm gonna dip into, but that doesn't actually require any cooking. But it is...
Did you bring a birthday cake?
Live Maine lobster, quinoa, 7 grain.
Oh.
So I'm gonna dip into that too. A little.
Does that require that? You said that doesn't require cooking?
It does not require any cooking whatsoever, but it would be better warmed up. That's all. So it's fully cooked, just a little better warm. But if you cold soak or just know how to eat food cold, it doesn't really matter if it's cold or not.
A real man would just eat it right out of the bag with a spoon.
I might.
All right.
Maybe if I do that, you know, Blue Fox here will get it on film. Or not, who cares?
Or not, but... Anyways, no fire tonight. Neither one of us really feel like putting in the effort to make a fire. It rained here for like 4 days straight before we got here, so everything's wet. And
in the morning of, poured on our way in.
Yeah, so we just the effort to make a fire isn't really worth it to us. But yeah, dinner time, then bed, and then roughly 15 miles out in the morning. And yeah, another adventure in the books. But You know, I don't know if I'll record any more tonight, so if I don't, I'll see you in the morning.